Okay. We're recording. Hi. Hope you guys all had a good week. I've got some notes here to try to breeze through this and go really quickly for you. Hoping that makes life a little bit easier. So I'm going to start with some announcements for Team Rise. I want to make sure that you guys know this virtual business opportunity event that we are having is going to be huge, and you need to really leverage it with all the people that you've been talking to about the business. I know you guys have all been doing a lot of work and have been having a lot of conversations about this business. This virtual business opportunity is going to be amazing. It's a Facebook group that you guys have all been added to as of today. So please, not like, even if you see that you've been invited to the Facebook group, you need to click on going. So you need to actually click on the Facebook group and then confirm that you're going to the event. Okay. That's really, really important.
Oh, so it's not, okay. There was something that everyone's doing on the 17th or 18th that there was a deadline that I wasn't able to. Was it the legacy leadership thing?
Yeah, so don't worry about that. This is completely different, okay?
Okay.
So I'll explain really quickly what it is. It's going to be a virtual business opportunity event where we're going to have a bunch of different leaders sharing their stories, their personal experience with the business, and they're also going to be handling a specific objection. So let's just say someone's been talking to a prospect and she's like, oh my gosh, you know, this sounds like a great opportunity, but I'm just so busy right now. I just don't have the time to do a business like this. You'll have them hop on. You'll know on the Word document that you guys will all be tagged into. I'll send it to you guys separately. There's a timeline as far as when these people are going to be talking. So Carrie's going to handle the objection of time, right? That people are too busy. And so you'll say, oh my gosh, you would really probably benefit from hearing my partner Carrie speak. She's going to be doing this virtual business opportunity event that we have coming up here on the 17th. You should tune in at 8 o'clock. She'll be, sharing her story. You can probably ask her a couple questions. She'll be on live. And it will also be recorded. So just in case you can't hop on, you can watch these videos at your convenience. It's going to be amazing because we're going to be covering all of the different objections that people give us when we're talking to them about the business. And so they can really tune in and hear everybody's experience. And it's going to be really convenient for people because these videos are all recorded. And so if they can't make it at that specific time, it's okay. They can hop on the page over the next few days or the next week and really be able to gain a lot of insight as far as how this business could work for them. That leads me to Valerie. I tagged most of you guys in a post that Valerie posted today about a challenge for the business opportunity event. And she's offering a free full-size eye cream for the people that can get the most people to confirm guests to this event by Thursday, okay? So you guys need to be inviting like crazy. On the document that I'll tag you guys all in and send you guys individually, there's invite language already on there. This has literally been all done for you guys. There are people on Team Rise have legitimately been putting in hours and hours on end of work to make this virtual event be a huge success and also really help you guys build your businesses. And so it's already been all done for you. The language is there for you to invite. There's, basically the whole layout of the event is done for you guys. And so literally all you guys have to do is invite and add people to this page. That's it. Okay. And make sure when you invite them to the page, make sure that they click on that they're going to the event so we know who's there. Okay.
It's the same page that Elizabeth told us to join. That's what we forward.
Yep.
Okay.
So when you click on the event page, Sabrina, there'll be a little area for you to hit, invite. There's like a little box that says invite to the event. Yeah. And then you can just type in their name and you just invite them. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Valerie's challenge is a really great challenge. It's a great way to get a free eye cream. I know you guys are all really hard workers. I think that you guys can all get a free eye cream And on top of it, you can either choose to use that eye cream for yourself or really be able to leverage it to build your business. And so like you can use it as a, as an incentive for a January offer or something like that, with the purchase of a regimen, the first person to purchase a regimen this week gets a free full-size eye cream. That's a great incentive to be able to run. Okay. So that's Valerie's challenge. The other thing I want you guys to, I don't know if you've all watched it, but there's the Bob Heilig purpose-driven prospecting video. This is going to be a new system that we're all going to be implementing for recruiting. It's so imperative that you watch the video so you understand why, you understand what our system is going to be. We're going to talk about that system next week. But it's really important that you watch that video so you're not lost when we're talking about the new system. So part of the homework for this week is going to be to watch the Bob Heilig video if you haven't.
What is it called?
Purpose-driven prospecting, and it's Bob Heilig. I think it's Heilig.
Wait. Is it the
I think
Facebook?
you watched it, Danny.
Yeah, I think I watched it. The Facebook one?
No.
Like reaching out to people, how to make money, like how to build conversations into money?
No.
Okay. That was the one I watched.
Okay, so this is the next one. So this is the one that's going to talk about leading with your why.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so your first homework assignment, I'll go over this at the end, is going to be to watch that Bob Heilig purpose-driven prospecting video by the end of this week, because that's going to be imperative for our next week's training. And then just so you know, corporate offers right now, I still believe that the hydration bundle is going on through corporate right now. It's a really great promotion to be it's like a really great way to be upselling in your business, because right now in the winter time, for everyone that's here, although some of you guys are in Texas and enjoying Texas weather, here in Chicago where it's freezing cold and people have really dry skin, that hydration bundle is amazing. And honestly, you get the best results from your regimens if you're incorporating the hydration serum with it. It's great for all skin types. It's great for dry, oily, and sensitive skin, and it will really enhance the effects of your regimens that you're using. So I would be using the hydration serum, all of you, so people could ask you why your skin is so great, and you can say, because I use this amazing active hydration serum along with my Rodan & Fields regimen. So that's the corporate offers that are going on. We're going to take a look at where everybody's business is this week so we could start to put together our own offers through our team to be able to help you guys drive some sales, okay? So those are all of the announcements that I have today. Again, most important announcement is really to be leveraging this virtual business opportunity event on the 17th and 18th. And just so you know, that's coming up right around the corner. You do not want to wait until the last minute to invite your prospects. It's not professional. It doesn't give them enough time to really plan to be there if they're super serious about it. And you want to be, you don't want to be waiting to the last minute, because things come up and becomes a whole lot harder, a whole lot more stressful. Just start inviting now. Okay? So now I'm going to go into our training today, which is going to be working your Rodan & Fields business into your everyday life. It's going to be about having conversations with people about Rodan & Fields and how to be able to incorporate your business into your everyday conversations. I think that part of the beauty of this business is that we all get to work this alongside our full-time careers, or alongside our social lives, or alongside whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're going to workout classes or whatever. And it's so important to know how to bring this business and incorporate it in with your everyday activities. So part of what I had you guys do last week was to send me your stories, which most of you did. So thank you very much. They were all fantastic. If you could all send me paper, or if you want me to, if you send me a written version of your story, I will make some edits that I think that might be able to improve some of your stories, help you kind of cut the fluff and really be able to utilize these stories into your conversations. And so the reason why we did those stories is because that's really the foundation of your whole business. That's how we start to bring this conversation up in an organic way when we're talking to people. So when someone says to you, hey, Lauren, what have you been up to? What do I say to them? It's so funny you asked. I started a business. I, enjoyed my career in the dance industry, but when I found out that my son was diagnosed with these delays and needed some outside support, I knew I had to figure out a way to still be able to financially contribute, to my family. And, also had to figure out a way that could work around my kids' schedules. And so and again, I go on talking about my Rodan and Field story. It's that organic. What have you been up to? And then you can bring in your story. But it's so important that these stories, and the reason I had you guys record them is because it's so easy to read it off a sheet of paper, right? But when you're in a coffee shop, or when you're in class, or when you're at the workout studio or at the gym, you want to be able to literally have this story so rehearsed that you can pull it out of your back pocket no matter where you go. And it's honestly the best conversation starter. I think it's a great way to really tell people what you're doing without having to quote unquote pitch them a business, right? Because all you're doing is letting them know what you're doing. So next time you do reach out to them, they have an idea. Oh yeah, she told me she started a business, right? And so that's what I kind of want to talk to you guys about today. So I also want to talk to you about how to fit your Rodan and Fields day-to-day activities into your day-to-day life. Because I know that the homework I sent out last week, it's hard to, without a plan, without figuring out how this is going to fit into those nooks and crannies, it's really hard to make that happen. And so I've heard a lot of people tell me, oh my gosh, I was so busy. I was here, I was there, I was, running around. The truth is that, Rodan and Fields, your business is going to be a priority if you make it a priority. And so the time objection for me is a tricky one, because I feel like, if you got to go to the doctor, you make time to go to the doctor. You make time for the things in your life that are most important to you. And so maybe that ties back to your why, why you're doing this business in the first place, and reevaluating, why is this a priority for me? What does this really mean to me? So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that it is so imperative. I'll show you mine really quick. I make a week at a glance schedule. You don't have to use the one that you found on the corporate website. I make my own, actually. So I posted this on Team Rise yesterday, so you can go back to it to see it. Can you guys see that or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously mine's color coded. I used some highlighters. This is not gorgeous. It's not pretty, but you can see I have my times from 6 o'clock in the morning all the way down to 10 o'clock at night. And then I have a little color guide up here. Green is income producing activity. Okay, so that's green for money, because it's going to make me money by doing this activity. Pink is the time that I've chosen to be available for my team. So I'm going to be available for you guys during those pink slots that are open here. If for some reason you guys have a call that you need to schedule with me and it's not in pink or it's not available in my schedule, please send me a text message and say, hey, I've got a girl that wants to talk at Tuesday at 11 o'clock and I don't see that you're available. Is it something that we can do, or what would work best for you? I will try, if it runs into my income producing activity, it's okay. I just need to make sure that I set aside the time for me to be able to be working my business, no different than I'm expecting you guys to be working yours. So the green is my income producing activity. The pink is when I'm available for my team. And then the yellow that you'll see here is my training, okay? So, or personal development. So like I'm doing the Bob Heilig, Bob Heilig leadership legacy training. And so I'm going to be doing that between 9 and 9:30 during the day in the mornings. And I'll probably be doing it a little bit at night too. I've got our team training in here, which is in pink because that's for you guys. Team Rise training, actually, I messed it up, but it is at 7:30 on Tuesday. So these are all kind of things that, you guys should be doing, so you can actually put in either your class schedule, your work schedule. You could be putting in all these things and figuring out when do you have 15 or 30-minute slots to be working your Rodan & Fields business into it. And then you should be treating it no different than a doctor's appointment, okay? Because that's how I look at my business as far as a priority. So it's like if I were to have to show up to work, I would be there when I am scheduled to be there, okay? So I can literally say, oh, you wanted to get lunch, on this day or whatever, and you put it in the calendar. Look, I've got lunch with Beth today at 12. And, I just know that that's not a time where I'm going to be working my Rodan & Fields business, and that's totally fine. But at least that way you'll see how this is actually going to fit in every day. And so I would suggest, I did mine on Saturday because my day was crazy today, but I would suggest at least doing it on Sunday so you can take a look at what your week looks like and then how you can fit in your business around your weekly schedule. And I would suggest you doing this every week, okay? So you want to make a plan also to say, okay, I scheduled myself with at lunch with my friend Beth. How can I work this business into my lunch? So I can drip on Beth a little bit and I can tell her how my business is going. I'm sure she's going to ask. And that's a great way to start. Again, go into your story and start conversation. So everything that you should be doing, you should be able to kind of think to yourself, how can I bring in Rodan & Fields through my everyday activities? And maybe that's going to Starbucks, okay? And instead of going through the drive-through, you go in and you tell someone that they've got cute shoes on and you start a conversation. You want to be adding people to your list every single day. Sabrina, are you falling asleep on me?
I'm tired. I'm drinking coffee.
Get it, girl. Okay.
My second cup of coffee.
I live on it. I get it. Okay. So that's, again, how to... What?
Where would you find your schedule, like your everyday, your weekly schedule? You just send it or something?
Mine?
Yeah.
So you have my, if you don't have my link, it's on the Welcome to Team Rise email. And
okay. So we have your link. So you cross out whatever is not available for you?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So you guys can get on that whenever you want to. And like I said, if you need a time that's not available in my calendar on the link, just text me and say, hey, I'm kind of running into a block right now. And you can check my schedule. You could check Elizabeth's schedule. You could check your upline schedule. Cool. So that's that. Use your story, casual conversations. Okay. So I feel like a lot of times I talk to people and they say to me, this is all going to kind of go hand in hand. They say to me, I just don't know how to bring up Rodan & Fields when I'm talking to my friends or when I'm talking to my family. I don't know how to start that conversation. And I feel like this is one thing that's super overlooked in our business. I feel like or overthought in our business. I feel like people get so caught up in what are the right things to say? How much information should I be giving people? What's the right thing to do at this point? And I really just don't think that there's an answer. My answer to that is really stop overthinking it. The best piece of this business is that it is it's casual conversation. It's really no different than someone asking me, how's your week been? And they were to tell me, oh, they're a teacher and they had, lesson plans or they had parent teacher conferences or whatever. I think of this no different. So if someone said to me, how's your week been? I'd be like, great. I had awesome team trainings. I got to work with some partners out in Australia, and then, that's kind of a great way to, they can tell me, you let that conversation kind of evolve from there. As far as how much information do you give people, depends on how long you've been in the business and how comfortable you are talking about it, okay? And so I think you're your own best judge for that. If you're brand new into the business and you don't know, you might feel really confident in the products or you might feel really confident in, the history of the brand, but you just don't know. Hi, Naomi. You just don't know how much information to give people. I would err on the side of caution. I would say, give them your story. That's all you have to give. And if they're intrigued enough, then you can get them on a call. Say, hey, you know what, you might be a really great resource for me. I know you're really well connected in your community. Maybe we can find some time to chat and I can tell you a little bit more about what I'm doing. I don't want to take up too much of your time here, right? And so you can really just kind of weave that in and open the door to more conversation later, okay? Which is going to bring me again to the next topic, which is going to be you don't have to go in for the kill right away. So you might see a super cute girl at Starbucks or in class or whatever, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, she is going to be killer at this business. You're not going to go up to her and you don't know her, and you're not going to say, hey, listen, I have the best opportunity for you. I could tell just by looking, you're a great fit for me. That's weird. Okay. You don't want to do that. This business is really about a slow drip. It's really about building relationships, and it's really about, getting to know people and why this might be a good fit for them. So this is really more about them than it is about you. So I will say that this does take time. I think that, that's why we start with the people that we're closest with. We've already developed those relationships, but you do want to nurture the new relationships that you're going to find, and also find new people to build those relationships with. So I'm going to share with you an acronym today that I think is going to be helpful for you guys about the recruiting process. And I want to share with you that there's a very big difference between prospecting and recruiting. Okay. Prospecting is basically identifying that somebody might be a good fit for the business. So maybe that's because they're super social or super well connected, or maybe that's because they're so sick and tired of going to work every day, trading all their time for their paycheck and having time for their family. Maybe that's, sorry, I'm going to mute you all for a second. Sorry. Maybe I can't. Okay. Yeah. Muting you all. Okay. So maybe that's, you heard them say, you know what, I miss going on vacations, or I want to go on spring break, but I just don't have the funds to be able to do that right now. So you're identifying that person is a prospect, someone that would be a good fit for this business, or might have a good reason why they would want to start a business like this. Recruiting is actually the action of, giving them the information and bringing them into the business. Okay. That's the recruiting process. The prospecting process is just identifying that they're a good fit. So I'm going to share with you guys this acronym I use. It's called IDEA. Okay. IDEA, IDEA. And the I stands for identifying the prospect. That's the first step to this whole thing. Okay. You're identifying the prospect. You're identifying that someone would be a good fit for this business. That's step one. Step two is to drip on them. Okay. Dripping is not actually talking about Rodan and Fields. Okay. So dripping might be if I were to go to the gym and I would start a conversation, tell someone they've got really cute leggings or gym shoes or whatever. We talk a little bit, and then you can say, you know what? Hey, I got to run. I got a conference call back at home, but I hope I get to see you again here soon sometime. Maybe we can grab coffee and chat or something like that, where you're, maybe just sharing with them that you work from home. Or maybe you share with them that you're working with people across the globe in Australia. Or maybe you're sharing with people that you are a leader and that you get to help people every single day. They don't need to know what it is or who it is that you're working for. They just want to know some of the things. You could kind of share with them some of the things that are really appealing about this type of business, right? So for you college girls, maybe it has to do with the fact that you can build a couple $100 a month income off of, not having to show up to work, or being able to build it around your school schedules. For people that are stay-at-home moms, maybe it's that you get to, splurge and get, your nails done or your hair done whenever you want to, and not have to worry about asking your husband if it's okay for them to spend the funds. If you're working, say, I'm so excited, I'm able to build something of my own, outside of my family business or whatever that might be. And you can kind of drip on that way. But notice in all of those scenarios, I never said, yep, I'm going to go sell some Rodan and Fields, or I'm going to go work my Rodan and Fields business. No, I'm just dripping bits and pieces of information that they will pick up on. Okay. So that's the D. The E is engaging. Okay, so this is the part where you're introducing Rodan & Fields to them. Okay, so
Lauren,
yeah,
can I say something really quick?
yeah,
That's like the one thing that like really I feel like I'm bad at, because like, and even like people in college especially, like today for example I reached out to one of my friends, and I said like this long paragraph, like, and I know it was like correctly said, whatever, and she goes, she's like, well, what do you do? I was like, well, I do business development for Who Created Proactive, and she's like people our age want to know, like, what do you actually do? Like, what's the actual thing you're doing? You know what I mean? Because they don't understand, like, business development. Like, they don't understand what that means.
okay, so I will get to that at the end, okay?
Okay, cool, sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so it's a good point, and I want to address that towards the end. So I is for identify, drip is for, or D is for drip, E is for engage, which is the point, which is, Danny, this is where I would bring your prospect to, is engage. So you're going to actually engage with them and tell them about your Rodan & Fields business, and that might be inviting them to a call with your partner. That might be inviting to share a video with them about, someone that might be like them that started a business like this. That might be inviting them to an event, like our virtual business opportunity event on the 17th and 18th. That might be, inviting them to, get a little bit more information or hear a little bit about it. Okay, so that's engaging, which is the third step, is when you actually introduce Rodan & Fields into this whole system. Okay. And then the last one is A for ask. And this is where we all fall short, okay? Asking them, is this something that intrigues you? Is this something that you might be interested in? And I think that's the scariest piece of all of this, okay? Because we're so scared of hearing them say no. And guess what? We want them to say no. We want to pull them through our funnel. We want to hear a yes or no, not a maybe, or maybe I'd like more information in 3 months. Like, no. We want them to give us an answer if this is a good fit for them right now. Okay? So this whole thing doesn't work unless you ask the question at the end. Okay? So important. That's a step you cannot skip. Otherwise, the I, D, and E are useless. You need to get to the A. And so that's when you can actually say, okay, so you know a little bit about what I do. I gave you a little bit more information. You got to watch the video or meet my partner. I would love to hear, what's your feedback? Is this something that personally interests you? If they say no, great. Move on to products, move on to referrals. It's no big deal. But at least you know kind of where they stand, and you don't have to sit there and say, oh, what are they thinking? It's like a dating game, right? It's like we're dating our prospects. Nobody wants to be the first one to ask to say, do you like me? So that's kind of the prospecting to recruiting system that I want you guys to focus on, and to help this become a really natural feeling for you guys to be able to work this into your everyday lives. Okay. So obviously, reaching out is one thing, and that's okay for your direct in your closest network and your closest friends and family. But I want you guys to also be focusing on building these relationships and using this idea thing. Danny, I think where you're at right now with your prospect, the question that you had, I think where you're at right now is really at the point of engaging with them. I think that's at the point where it's time for you to say, you know what, I can't really explain all of what I do through a text message. So I think it would be best, if you're interested, I'd love to find some time to chat. I'd love to fill you in on what I do in detail. Right. Really, I'm helping, you can really just say you're helping these dermatologists expand. Sorry, your screen is, so you're really helping these dermatologists launch into different markets and expand their virtual franchise. Okay. So that's what you're doing from a business development perspective.
Lauren.
Yeah.
My friends and I are at the same brain level. We don't know what that means. You taught me what that means. I can't say that to them. We're going to say, what is that? I'm just saying, I don't even know how to explain it to you.
But that's the whole piece of it, Danny. You shouldn't have to explain that, okay? That's when you say, I would love to introduce you to my partner. She can kind of tell you a little bit more about what we're doing.
Okay.
I mean, I
know I'll eventually learn what it means, just right now it's taking me a little while.
Well, it's not taking you a little while, Danny. You're brand new into this business, and that's totally okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say that's when I would utilize, and I think that's where a lot of people fall a little bit short, is that they try to take on so much of explaining themselves, and they're not utilizing their partners. And third party validation, which is what a three-way call is so valuable, because they're hearing it from a different perspective of someone that's not their best friend or someone, whatever, and say, you know what, I just started doing this. I'm so brand new into it, but I'm loving every minute of it. I would love to share, I'd love to introduce you to the people that I work with. They will understand that. I'm having fun. I'm making money. And if you're interested in wanting to learn about what I'm doing, I would love to introduce you to the people that I work with.
Okay.
Your friends will hear fun and money, and they'll be likely willing to hop on a call to learn about how that could work for them.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Questions? No questions? None. Am I just that good? Okay. Well, so I'm going to give you guys, I'm actually going to type out the homework for you guys to send it to you. And I will tell you the biggest piece of it is going to be the purpose-driven prospecting video from Bob Heilig. I know a lot of you guys have watched it. If you have watched it and have time to watch it again, I'm not going to require that. But I would say it's going to be beneficial for you guys to really get the most out of that video, because that's what our next week training is going to be on, because it's a brand new system. It's going to take a whole lot of the heavy lifting off of your shoulders. It's going to make life a whole lot easier for you. It's going to make conversations a whole lot easier for you. And I'm really excited to share this with the team. So that we're actually, the only reason why we're not implementing it right this minute is because we're actually putting together all of the resources of the videos, the business opportunity videos, for you to be able to send out to your prospects. And so that should be done by the end of the weekend. So the end of tonight. I know I'm recording mine tonight. So it should be all ready for you guys to roll out next week, which is what we're going to train on next Sunday. Team Rise training is, I believe, going to be from one of our very own partners, Dana, who's not able to be on this call tonight, but it's going to be a great one on recruiting. So anybody who's been struggling on recruiting, the Tuesday night training, I believe, is going to be on recruiting by Dana. She's a recruiter by trade, so there's nobody better at her profession than she is. And so I'm excited for you guys to learn from her. So please be on the Tuesday night training call. That's at 7:30 on Team Rise. The link will be posted, and then we can set up another time. I would love for you all to schedule. At least we should be touching base on an individual basis. Either with me or with your personal upline, and we should be touching base another time this week. So one other time, I would love for you guys to jump into my schedule and block that out with me, so I can make sure that you guys all stay on track. For anyone that didn't, in Ariel, this goes straight out to you. Ariel set up her goal setting call with me, and it was like right when Owen got sick and renovation started in the house. I am so beyond sorry, Ariel. You are the first person I'm going to be reaching out to at the end of this call. But if you haven't done a goal setting call with me from our homework assignment last week, please do that. It's so beyond important, so we can make sure that we are getting you to where you want to be in this business person. And the last thing I will say before signing off is congratulations to Naomi for winning our little challenge here. She was the first person to submit all of her homework. Her story was killer.
That's my partner!
She won herself a coaching with Stacy Roney and me, which is another total huge leader and huge recruiter. She's going to get so much out of that. I'm so excited for that, Naomi. I'm scheduling it with her this week. She promised. She's just getting back in town. And so I'm really excited for that. You guys, I hope you're getting a lot out of these trainings. I think that these homework assignments will really keep you guys on task, but please do them. If you have trouble doing them, or if you have trouble with any specifics, reach out to me. I'll help you. You guys should be really taking advantage of the fact that we're on such a supportive team of a group of people that are willing to love and support on you and help you guys through every step of the way. If life is crazy, that's totally fine. Give us a call and say, you know what? Life is totally crazy right now. I'm struggling, and we'll figure out a way. To get, to work around it, because that's what we're here for. We're all here to help each other. So I love you, Naomi. My hair is not cut. It's actually just not washed. So thanks.
You look hot.
I went on a date. Oh. Yeah.
It looks cute.
We got Mexican food. Me and my boyfriend, Matt.
Wait, I thought it was your husband.
I'm just kidding. It is my husband.
Oh.
All right, ladies. Well, that's the end of our training. Reach out if you guys need any help and support. I'm going to be updating my schedule tonight. I'm going to be doing a recorded call tonight. I'm going to post this. Oh, last thing. I've got 2 minutes before I leave here. Last thing. Tomorrow, I'm going to be sending in our group thread, which is right now named Team Grind. I'm going to be sending 3 options. My Facebook page should be up and live the end of this week. And I'm going to be sending 3 options. I want all of you to vote on our team name to make it official. So I will send that in our group thread. Okay?
That's so exciting. I have one question.
Yeah.
Valerie's post for the challenge. Did you say that was up yet or not yet?
I tagged you in it, Sabrina.
Okay. I might have seen it. Okay. And
it's a live video.
Okay. And then the homework, are you going to send it tonight still?
Yep. I'll send it in a text message in about 5 minutes.
Okay. And congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
I couldn't do it without you guys. I love you all.
Love you, girl. I'm so proud of you.
Yes. I've got less than a minute before this is going to stop. So who's the question?
Me.
All
question.
right.
When's the Bob hiring start?
The 16th.
15th or 16th, yeah.
And you're going to keep us up to date with that?
In the loop. Yes, I will.
Cool.
He's also been sending out messages daily.
I've been getting them, but I haven't kept up with them totally.
Awesome. Well, I'll keep you guys in the loop. I'll do that all at our announcements at the beginning of the week.
Okay.
Thanks for hopping on, guys.
Okay. Good night.
Good.